Well done guys, Yoga 1.2, here's a variation of the sun salutation. So nice soft knees to start, then beautiful length as you breathe in. General of the thumb, as you breathe into the body, you're lengthening. As you breathe out here, you're shortening the body. So bringing the belly and chest in contact with the thighs. Then keep the head tucked in as you lengthen out the legs into a serious hamstring stretch. Now into a nice high plank position on the toes, belly in strong, then push back with the arms so the hip goes up high into what you should now know as a downward dog position. Now slight change from the last sun salutation, step through with the right foot so it's in between the hands, bend the knee so it's just over the right ankle, and strong through that leg so you can take the hands off the floor and extend up towards the ceiling. Normal warrior position, we should be used to this from our first 1.1 workout. Bring the hands back down. Bring yourself back into this high plank position. As you did last time, knees to the mat, elbows in tight as you go down into what we call chaturanga, and then extend up, looking up towards the ceiling into your upward dog, then pushing through, same transition as last time into downward dog, and then walk through. Beautiful stuff guys, so you can see a little bit of a variation in sun salutation. The variable sun salutations are limitless. We're only going to show you a few here, but they'll be enough that you'll have a great foundation of yoga. Soft knees, extend through the arms as you breathe in. Breathe out, belly towards thigh, chest towards knees, hands on the floor. Tuck the head in as you straighten the legs as much as you can. Don't worry if they don't fully straighten. Into the high plank, belly's in tight, and then pushing back into what we call downward dog. Don't worry if the heels don't hit the floor. Slightly turn one foot out and reach forward with the other leg in between the hands. Take the tension in that leg, and you do that by getting the knee over the ankle and the right hip over level with the right knee, and then reach up as May is doing here, up towards the ceiling, all with an inward breath. Breathe out on the holds. Back into your high plank to downward dog position, and remember when you lower down into this reverse press up or chaturanga, elbows are in tight, then extending up through the body and then into your downward dog. So we're fast guys here. Yoga can be quite aerobic if you increase the speed. We're just upping the tempo a little bit from Yoga 1.1. It is Yoga 1.2. So can we do this sun salutation one last time on this side? Lengthen as you breathe up. Beautiful length through the body, fingertips reaching up towards the ceiling. Flexing down now, belly contact, chest contact with the thighs, straightening the legs, and you get that deep hamstring stretch. Step back into the high plank, active arms, belly tight, then push back into your downward dog position, keeping the legs as long as you can, but if they bend, it's not a problem. Back to high plank, moving forward onto the toes, get the foot on the left side so it points out slightly into our deep lunge or warrior position. Look at the right knee over the right ankle, look at the right hip level with the right knee. That's the exact position you want to hold. Bring the hand back down, move into our sequence of downward dog, reverse push-up or chaturanga, into upward dog. You should be familiar with that sequence and starting to get a little bit better at the motion. Can you keep up with May's speed? If you can't, not a problem. Go in your own breathing tempo. The real key is the form. We want you to nail and have a mastery of these moves. If you can do these moves exactly as we show in the video, your body will get more mobile, you'll get some beautiful relaxation, you will have a more equanimous mind. This is what yoga does, it's a full body holistic treatment. Warrior pose, right hand side. As previously, stepping back so the foot on the left foot is roughly pointing towards 9 o'clock. We're going to bend the right knee so it goes over the right ankle, and May is demonstrating beautifully how to level up the pelvis. So if you put both hands on the pelvis and roll it around, it will give you a good feel for what you're trying to achieve. The more you roll it around, the more you'll get a stretch through the front of the left hip. After lengthening up towards the ceiling, look at the straight line initially through the spine all the way down to May's left ankle. Now twist the belly button towards the right leg and then dip the right elbow inside the right leg. Two hands together, and we're going into a mild spinal twist in the warrior position. Don't worry if we didn't get it back first time. We get to repeat this 2 or 3 times. Repetition will give us a mastery of the move. Let's repeat everything. So from our start standing position, we roll the pelvis forward, bending the right knee over the right ankle, and the right knee is level with the pelvis. We reach up towards the ceiling, creating lots of length through the body, especially down the front of the right hand side of the hip. Now here's the variation that we're learning this time. As you're in that deep position and your legs are active, you reach outside the knee with the left arm. Try and get the elbow level or below the knee so you can put a bit of force into that thigh with that left tricep or left upper arm. And then the two hands are together in a praying position, actively trying to twist your spine over that right leg that's in front of you. Think about the belly button. The belly button won't move much, but if you can think of moving the belly button and all these spinal twists, you'll get into a beautiful deep sensation. One more time, guys. I know your legs are getting tired holding this, but we can do this. We're learning new movements for our body into a lunge position that we know well. We're reaching up. This is a warrior pose. We're going to start to flex forward through the hip initially, and then we're going to twist, trying to get that left elbow lower than the right knee so I can push my elbow back into the knee. It gives me a little bit of stability. Now we're twisting through the body. I'm trying to get my left shoulder round to face the opposite wall. I'm trying to get my belly button around so there's a deep twist through the body. The leg position, don't move, guys. Keep those legs tight. Breathe in. Breathe out, and we're going to go back into this warrior pose on the other side. You know now those legs are starting to burn a little bit. Both legs are active on the warrior no matter what side you do, but there's a bit more load on the front leg, more stretch on the back leg. So we've just reversed positions. Front leg's facing forward, back leg right on this side facing roughly 9 o'clock. Length through the body, pelvis is square. This time it's the right arm reaching towards the outside of the left knee, so you can put a bit of pressure back into the outside of that knee. Praying position with the hands, keep the left elbow high. Look at May's left elbow is in line with her shoulder, and because she's got that arm hooked up against the leg, she can twist into it a little bit more. Your legs should be burning right now. Burning is good. You're getting some metabolites moving into the leg. You're challenging the muscle fibers in the leg. It's a static contraction. Back to our warrior lunge position. The knee is over the ankle. The knee is level with the hip. You've extended through the body so the fingertips are reaching up towards the ceiling. Beautiful pose. Now we're adding a spinal twist. Get that right-sided elbow low on the outside of the left knee. Hands together in a praying position and twist away from the leg, away from the body, twisting over the left-hand side in this case. Legs will be burning by this time, so you need a bit of rest. Take your rest. When you rest, calm your mind. Pelvis rolled through. That deepens the stretch in the front of the right hip. Loading that front leg by bending the knee over the ankle. Lovely extension through the spine. You must keep this. Do not lean forward yet. Reach up tall towards the ceiling. Now actively twist your body, get length through the arms as May is actively demonstrating. Look at that right elbow tucked on the outside of the left knee. Now the hands are together and she's got something to push against, which gives her a lovely twist. Don't bend the right leg, it'll want to bend because it'll get tired by now. Look how active it is straight. There's a straight line from spine all the way down that leg. These are hard moves when you do them with quality, and that's what we're all about. We're after quality yoga. That's what you're going to learn from watching these videos. Now we're going into a triangle pose. The feet position are very similar, so one foot is facing towards 12 o'clock forward. The other foot is roughly facing towards 9 o'clock. Separate the fingertips as much as you can. You remember this hip hinge from Yoga 1.1. The hinges from the hip. There's no bend yet in the knees. So hip hinge, but this time we twist with the opposite hand to the legs in front of you. You're trying to reach that hand down towards the floor. If it doesn't touch the floor, left arm in this case, don't worry, use a block, use a few books. You're trying to get as much true length from the right wrist to the left wrist, and we do that with a full rotation spinal twist. Have a couple of breaths. Don't worry if we didn't get it first time. You can always roll the video back, but that's why we do these for 3 repetitions. We're going to learn mastery of the movement, get those fine motor control in. There's no bend in the legs. The twist comes through the spine, reaching down with the opposite hand to the leg that's forward, in this case the left arm. May can get her hand flat easily, that's okay. You may be fist, you may be fingertips, you may have hand on a book. That's that's absolutely fine. But get as much length through those arms as possible. Look at that right hand right up towards the ceiling. May's actively pushing into the floor to help create that tension, and then twist, unravel yourself back out of that position. Again, those legs have already worked hard from previous poses, and they're holding similar positions here, so those legs will be burning now if you're getting those nice deep bends, if you're keeping tension through the leg, if you're getting a lovely twist. Come on, one more on this side, guys, we can do this. So nice rotation. Look at the hips being square, leaning forward, great length, lovely hip hinge, and twisting. The hand is on the inside of the foot, so the big toe side. If you go towards the little toe side, you can get even more stretch. Remember, this is a foundational beginner course, so stay inside the foot and think about the length. You're trying to create as much length through the arms here as possible, as much true length. No bend in the arms, no bend in the legs. Whew. Great work, May. Great work, guys at home. You're all doing beautifully. We're learning new movements, but we're doing them with quality. Hips rolled forward. We've got the same thing on the other side. So both hip bones are facing forward. Both legs are straight. A beautiful hinge from the hips. As much hinge hip as you can create, the easier you're going to make life for you. Right arm on this side is inside the front of the left foot, so the big toe side, that arm is actively pushed into the floor, and there's a great length all the way up to the left fingertips. Hold it, breathe here though. The more you can breathe, the less tension there will be through the body. Excellent stuff, and taking yourself out of that position. Great stuff, guys. These holds, roughly anywhere between 5 to 10 seconds is fine. If you can hold it as long as May, great job. I'll always tell you when you can come out of the position. But we're after absolute, precise, beautiful movement. The hinge is mainly from the hips. If you go into lots of spinal flexion, so the spine binds forward early, you're probably a bit tight in your hips or hamstrings. Don't worry about it. Just try and keep those legs as straight as possible. And use whatever you need. If you can't get a hand on the floor, you can use books, you can use a chair even if that's your level. But the legs in this pose are staying straight. Great stuff, guys. Just a few more seconds on the hold, last triangle effort, and excellent job. Great stuff. Beautiful smiles from May. If you smile, you're going to make the practice a lot easier. Look, this isn't easy. May is a yoga teacher. She's breathing. You can see the perspiration on her body. One more triangle pose. We know the drill. The legs are straight. We've rolled the pelvis forward. We're creating length through the spine for as long as we can, and then we twist. The hand drops inside the foot. In this case, the right hand inside the left foot, pushing through that right arm all the way up and through to the shoulder, all the way through into the other arm, so that it's reaching up with the fingertips towards the ceiling, holding it, holding it, holding it, holding it. It's the last one. We're holding it a bit longer. Hold it. Hold it, get the shoulders on top, and beautiful. We have earned that rest. Back up, breathe, and let that body relax again. I'm going to take it into some slightly gentler cat poses. So feel free to go into child's pose as May is doing here. This will help to decompress the lower part of the spine, so it's going into an unloaded little bit of lumbar flexion or low back flexion. Nice, easy position to breathe from. This is actually a normal sleep position. A lot of children actually fall asleep, hence the name of child's pose. So we're going to advance the cats we did in Yoga 1.1. This is familiar, the flexion and extension of the spine, but this time it's a balance. So look at the right leg long and the left arm, as much distance between the toes and the fingertips as possible, and then tuck that spine. She's actually pushing very hard through her right arm here to keep the arm solid, and we're going to do a few repetitions. So as much distance as you can create, length through the left arm, length through the right leg, make it beautiful. These moves can be kind of almost pointless and easy, very, very easy to do if you just get down on all fours. Just aimlessly put the arm and a leg out. Look at the quality May's trying to create. She's got length through the body. Look at the spinal flexion. She starts by pushing into the floor, then extending the spine, belly button towards the floor. Now length left arm, length right leg. So this is a rotational stress through your body. You're keeping it flat and balancing. Now tuck, belly button in towards the spine. Active right arm. This is not easy, holding the knee and the elbow together. Then go back into lengthened position. Breathe here. Let the body balance. You don't want the pelvis to rotate too much. When you're extending the arm and the leg out, think almost as if you've got a spirit level on your lower back and you're trying to keep that spirit level flat. It's not an easy balance if you actually consider that you're trying to stabilize the spine. It's a beautiful, it's actually, I was going to say rehabilitation, but it's a beautiful exercise for the back, full stop. Here we go, horse stance or cat pose. Long left arm, long right leg, tucking in, try and get that elbow and knee in contact. Get them to fight against each other if it's easy. Drive the knee into the elbow, drive the elbow into the knee, and you will fire up muscles in your abdominal area that you've never felt before probably. Back into your extended balance. Ooh, great job, guys. Lovely stuff. Now we should be getting a nice little burn into the abdominal area, so we're going to sit back into a nice child's pose. Other side, guys, there's 2 limbs on the arms, 2 limbs on the legs, so we need to create that transitional rotational balance stress on the other side. So right arm long, left leg long, as much distance between the fingers and toes as possible. If you think you've got a lot of distance, go for more, then tuck it in. Active left arm, you're pushing the left arm into the floor, knee of the right and elbow on the right side are battling against each other. You want to tuck that in and pull the belly in towards the spine before we go back into this beautiful, some people call it bird dog, we like to call it cat pose, some people call it horse stance, it doesn't matter. You've got the video here, you're just putting a rotational stress by lifting opposite arm and legs. This is a beautiful movement for a human being. We're actually one of the few animals in the human kingdom, or animal kingdom rather, that can do this maneuver. Contralateral movement, which means opposite arm and opposite leg working together, rotational stress through the spine. Here's where you can suck the belly in towards the spine. This is an abdominal move if you really keep tension. Look at how much May's fighting that elbow and knee against each other. Back to long leg, long arm, create that link through the body. You've basically flexed the spine and then extended the spine, which creates a little bit of spinal pump. That gets fluid moving around the cartilage of the spine. It gets fluid moving around the discs. It pumps the discs of the spine. This is wonderful movements for back health, wonderful movements for spinal health. Just to get these gentle movements but done with such quality. Last one, guys, let's make it a good one. So we're going to reach out the right arm. We've reached out the left leg. The left buttock is active. You're reaching right to the fingertips. It's a solid spirit level on your lower back. It hasn't moved. Now we're tucking. Get the elbow to knee to touch. Come on, get them to touch. If you haven't done it before, get there, narrow the gap. Now if you've got them touching, fight them, and then extend out again. Take that pressure off the belly, back in through the body. Ooh, great stuff, guys. Yoga 1.2 is getting a little bit tougher. Well done, guys.